Good afternoon and welcome back. It is currently what feels like 100 degrees is actually a very comfortable 20 something. And we're back for more E4. Back to the Fugi today instead of the camera, because it is so hot that I'm genuinely concerned my phone might overheat if I try to use it for my actual model. Where were we? There we go. Gnomes. I might have gotten distracted a little bit playing around with the ones here, considering what other campaigns I want to do, because I do like the Harpies a lot, and there is a Harpy nation over there. But for now, let's get back to the gnomes and our... I hesitate to think I'm going to go as far as a world conquest, because I've not expanded very much at all on the mainland. But a half-world conquest? Something along those lines? We're going to get all of the New World, that's pretty much a certainty at this point, with how much we've already colonized of that and how strong the other colonizers are looking compared to us. There we go. Yeah, with all this already under control, it's only 1543. We're definitely making our way through the rest of all of this. But as far as the old world is concerned, we can conquer a good chunk of the west over here. We'll probably go for a fair bit of is it Sahal or Salahad? The Sahel. North Salahad in Sahel, there we go. We'll probably get a good chunk of this. For the trade, I might, depending on how excuse me. Depending on how this goes and how much of Anna and Escan we can get under control, I might, for the trade, push down into Bulwa. But, 1543, playing a nation we're playing, I don't think I'm going to try and push for a full world conquest. I think that's just a little bit too much. Plus, there's still an absolutely ungodly command sitting over on the east. Look at that. 1,779 of their own Tev. Ugh. The Centaurs are also looking pretty scary. But I'm more confident about beating the Centaurs, to be honest. Their manpower is ridiculous and their combat bonuses are also ridiculous. But they struggle with tech pretty heavily. And once they fold hard. You beat the Centaurs once and you can spend them death spiraling. The command is a little more resilient than that. I wish the Jad the best of luck in countering them. Getting back to us though over here, what are we up to? We've got these guys drilling. We've got an agenda about to expire. I need to dev here. Sure, just do that. 357 crowns is nice. Okay, besides that, we were trying to build up some manpower because it's running a bit low. And yeah, we're clearing up these stacks, getting them some actual cavalry and cannons. Okay. Up next then, our claims are over here. We do want to attack Riveria again in like 5 years when that truce is up. 47, yeah. 4 years. And over here, Osage colony. Bena was colonizing. Oh yeah, this whole mess. Okay. And getting strong enough to defeat Goward. This war will definitely take. Beyond that, I did want to take some provinces of these guys so that I can get another religion harmonized, and they are behind us in tech. So So maybe these guys first, and then this, so that we can get these colonies sorted, and then just swing around the continent conquering, and then come up and take care of all this. I'm sure what we actually end up doing will be very different from what I just said. We're gonna be a little more opportunistic than that. Alright. Keep exploring. We take a sip. I downed a whole lot of water before starting stream, but I'm already feeling thirsty again. This weather, I don't want to complain because it is like lovely weather, and I certainly appreciate the sunshine, but god, the heat. Much more than this, and I think I might have actual complaints. Give me a morale guy. See what buildings we can get. All of this. I really need to do some actual research at some point, instead of just relying on the thing I remember learning however many years ago that you should take buildings when they make more than 0.2 ducats. There's probably some like a Roomba video where he'd gotten out a spreadsheet and calculated exactly what the best return on investment rates are. This colony is done. How far are you from forming a colonial nation? 1, 2, 3, 4. When either of these finished, I'll be fine. Okay. We still haven't done the circumnavigation, have we? I might grab a stray province down here, just to get us a little bit of a safe haven where the ships can stop at. Okay, that's all the sea tiles, now do all the coastlines. Anyway, our combat width is 27. Really? You've reached everywhere again? What about this stuff down here? Raising canned who aren't a native, so you can't just walk through them. If I get mill access from you, when subject outrage, allies, have one of you back. If I get mill access through them, we might be able to go through this territory and explore there. Colony. Also a colony. These guys should be native. Okay, mill access here. How's that look? No. You can't step into their land. You're a vassal of Zordhiguao. Go stop him. Was a good point, yes. Colonialism against Orient and whatever. Doesn't matter. Okay, I wish I had some anyway travel time. There was an artificer machine for that, wasn't there? We're on 84 capacity now. Diplomats, relations, envoy travel time 25%, plus 10 artifice capacity. I might get that honestly when we've got enough capacity for it. I don't think I'm about to switch anything out for it, but I'm considering getting it after. I'm just going to take the 1 point penalty for relation slots for a moment, because I want access down here. I don't think there's anything I can give up. 2 alliances, 1 vassal, 2 mill access. No, I can't. We'll just have to cope with it. Okay, now as I was trying to say earlier, 27 combat width, and we've got 28 dudes. Let's get that a little higher. I know a lot of people like to do without cavalry at all, but I believe you do get like a not completely insignificant bonus from having just a couple horses for flanking. So I throw a few of them into my stacks just in case. There's all sorts of massive spreadsheets and example sheets that people have done over time showing you exactly how much unit composition matters and what the ideal one is, theoretically speaking. But it changes so often with every patch that it's really impossible to keep up with. I mean, for a while you wanted to be stacking discipline at the cost of everything else, even morale, and it was fine because you didn't need the morale to win battles with the amount of bonuses you had. But then that changed, and I think at the moment stacking morale is more powerful than stacking discipline. But it changes all the time. Ultimately, the most reliable strategy is to just outnumber them 3-1. just have enough manpower, hire all of the mercs you possibly can, and crush them with sheer numbers. That's the most reliable, tried and tested method. The only one that always works every patch. Okay, we can pay back our loan early. The amount of loan we can take keeps growing. Treasure fleets are coming in. How close to the cap are we? 1,100. Printing press comes in a couple years. Am I eligible to spawn that? I am. Paper provinces with 15 dev in a capital. Oh no, one of the following. Produces paper, is 15 dev, or is the capital, and must be in Izmiria, Dragon Coast, or Dame's Crown. Okay, where's the dev map mode? 9 dev 14. Add up to 15. If it's paper provinces or 15 dev provinces, then let's spend this excess mana we have on a couple of these. Get them eligible. I sincerely doubt we're going to be the one who's lucky enough to spawn it, but it doesn't hurt to try. A bit of that, and there we go. Few 15 dev provinces, just to give us the better odds. These we don't really need to care about at the moment. Pay off the last loan. We're still below force limit. 84 out of 96 is not so much that I can go build an entire other stack at this point. So we'll just keep buffing up the existing stacks a little. More uprisings over here, so I can't really do anything about it. This is hopefully big enough that they won't die to a few uprisings. Yannick has declared war on someone, maybe I can jump in on that. No, it was big enough, fully destroyed the colony, damn. Okay, let's move our guard stack. What are you guys doing? Why are you over here? Absolute nuisance. Okay, let's move our guard stack over here to keep an eye on the new colony there. You are attacking someone? You're attacking Istran. What? What does Istran not own that you... Oh, you are also colonizing. Good god. Can everyone else please stay out of the New World? I'd like to call dibs. I'm starting to understand why the in vanilla, that stuff with the Pope declaring certain places the sole providence of whatever nation gets there first, I'm really starting to see the appeal. I would also like someone to just declare, hey, this bit's yours. You called dibs. And of course, as soon as the troops are away, there's a new uprising over here. But a 1k stack is much smaller, much more manageable. Shouldn't hurt the colony as much. 887 goes down to 773. We can deal with that much. We again have enough to tech up. It is still years too early. I need to spend more. I should use edicts to make it cheaper. But we're not trying to be perfectly efficient, we're just getting rid of some spare mana. It'll be interesting to see how much you need to power game and optimize in EU5 when that comes out. Because it's looking like they're really gonna make it a lot harder to world conquest and stuff like that. It might be more important to optimize your run early. What are we on? Equal tech on everything? Yeah, tech 12. We're not doing any idea groups, so I can spend mana from every category. There we go. Grossly inefficient. Anyway, yeah, like the new pop system, for example, seems to suggest that doing something like a one culture run is going to be a significantly larger effort than before. Where's the transport fleet at the moment? Yeah. Where is that? How long are you going to take to arrive? A few days, okay. Don't try to walk the troops off, just left like that, there we go. We'll give them 2 months to rest up, and then come relocate the troops up here. Okay. You guys have 37 ships, that will be no match for my fleet. We cannot be seizing land at the moment, and then whatever they need, sure. How are we doing with the exploring down here? Have you gotten your way through their territory? You're going off in this direction now, okay, then I don't need mill access with either of these guys. You're going off to the west. Separatists, but they're my colonies, and the colony can take care of that. Right, oh yeah, they're fielding 17,000 troops, they can absolutely handle themselves. $344 crowns, 20 prestige, nice. You've got 30,000 troops actually. Where's the down here? Rest of your army. Sornkos wants me to support their independence. That's one of Lawrence's vassals. You're already at 100 Liberty Desire, and you're still not declaring on Lawrence. I sincerely doubt you're going to at this point. I'm perfectly happy to keep Laurent in eternal deadlock where they can't integrate any of their vassals and they're just kind of sitting here. Causing trouble in a new world. Failing to cause trouble in a new world. They have not managed to make a landing over here. Nor Tjochend is holding their own. Okay, let's grab you guys as well. And let's get the fleet. Hunting enemies. Oh, maybe not. These two areas are split between two different sea zones. Let's just stand them over there. We will take institutional spread in True Faith provinces or blockade impact. Your capital is on the coast, but also I don't expect you with your one Miltech behind and quality ideas to put up much of a fight. Yeah, institution spread. More valuable. Colony's been damaged. It still nears completion. And we have a reform. And we have Cardesti. Not interested right now. Okay, what have we got? What have we taken here? Settler chance, good. We can get trade efficiency and global trade power, that's nice. Trade steering is also nice. We can get an extra colonist. I probably do have a force limit that I can get a second little 5k stack to handle some more colonization. Maybe over here where there's not really anyone else doing anything. Could be a good idea. Other options. Digital burgers no longer reduces mercantilism. Is good. Trade power. Institution spread. Inflation reduction and interest. That's pretty good if you go heavily into loans. It makes a fair amount of difference. And war economy for ship cost, regiment cost, and war taxes cost. For now, I'm gonna go for the extra colonists. The other nations are making some pretty good efforts towards getting in my way. We want to, as much as possible, contend against them. Land units and get me some 2, 3, 4. Not enough manpower. We really have this little. Did I just go 640? We're not gaining that much. But if we are, we're spending it somewhere. Probably because I'm taking attrition from these 40k stacks up here. Okay. Let's put you guys to trade protection, humanitarian rival. I did not get a CB on these guys. I feel like I've got CBs on everyone. Apparently not the one nation I want to actually start a war with. Alright, you're no longer getting attrition, and neither are any of you guys. Get me that last musketeer, please. There. Colony is done, excellent, and the colonial nation is spawned. New Moor Bob. Bob of the Moors. I need to get rid of some Sammias as soon as possible. I cannot have I cannot have another nation with that really similar shade of pink. Like, look, there's these guys. There's me, there's my colonies. That's too much of the same shade of pink in one spot. Someone has to die. And it's going to be them. Over here I'm going for that spot. This is already taken, so here. Our colony. As soon as those guys are over here, and we've explored the last of the coastal tiles, I'll send my guys on another attempt to circumnavigate, see if they survive this time. New Winland has declared war upon Sori. They allied with anyone? Yeah, they are. Might. They don't stand a chance. Oh, this is also Sammias, I just noticed. This bit is my colony, this bit is not. They gotta go. Workshop, and maybe we can squeeze in the money for a manufactory as well. I never get manufactories. Even if I completely carpet my nation in manufactories, I'm never lucky. It always spawns somewhere else. Probably just admin doesn't matter that much. Yeah, it always spawns somewhere else. I never get lucky. Very frustrating. And I'm not about to sit there birding for an institution spawn when I'm going to get it so quickly anyway. Doesn't matter how far away. Hang on, you're heading here. Why is the other colonist not on his way to this province? I distinctly recall sending him there. Anyway, yeah, not gonna bird for an institution that I'm gonna be able to get so quickly anyway. I think the most concerted effort I've put into birding has been this one time with EUs where like Bohemia or something or Poland, someone was in some kind of interregnum or election or some such similar thing, and as a result, when I got the PU over them, it would break shortly after because they'd have an election, and if they didn't pick my guy, I would lose the personal union, which is super frustrating. So I just reloaded that one a few times until they picked me, and I kept the union. I'm not about to go through a war and then lose my stuff over a interaction that Paradox didn't consider, because, you know, personal union casus bellis are not the most common, and I got that one through a mission. Turbinic Pantheon. I assume that was the province, that last province there is the one there. No? I've got one more. Vavatsano. I might want to get that process started. Over here shouldn't be colonial regions, so I can just conquer this and then I'll get more dev off of these guys. We've lost a general, please replace him. What bonuses would harmonizing them get me? When harmonized, national unrest -1. Okay, that's not really valuable. It's nice, but not gonna make or break anything. Let's briefly wait to go up to 1,000, see if there's any wonders or anything I can build. There we go, that's all the money. The Nimscott Academy can go up a tier. Local dev cost I don't care so much about, or institution spread. Another 10% innovativeness gain kind of becomes unimportant when you've got full innovativeness. Artificer force limit fraction, that's good. Artificer's loyalty equilibrium is also nice. But not that nice. Extra 2.5%. Yeah. For 2,000 ducats. Yeah, we'll go for it anyway. Not the most valuable, not the most worth it investment ever. But it doesn't hurt to have. Okay, get the most expensive province. We're also up to 10k manpower in the time we were waiting. Let's kick these guys in the teeth. And this is right over here next to us, so co-belligerent and take it all. And we've got a view catcher, another invention is finished. What's next? Oh, only 2 options now. Construction cost and time, or prestige and Republic Edition. Get me construction cost and time. We shouldn't be maxing out possible invention. We're not tier 3 yet. We need to undertake 6 research projects to move on to the next level. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I should get this one just to finish off the previous tier. Also up to 8 capacity, I just noticed. Getting ever closer to being able to get another thing. What is our innovativeness at now? 91, we're almost maxed out. I'll take the loyalty and stuff instead. Aid efficiency or Diplo power. I'll lose some Diplo power, it's not important right now. How good is our fleet looking right now? Yeah, they're in good repair. And their fleet is still recovering, so taking another fight should be very much in our favor. We can take a tech. We would be taking it a year before the institution comes out. And 8 years ahead of time. It's not like we're saving points up for anything either. I'm not expanding nearly quickly enough to actually care about that. You know, if I were playing some Horde gameplay, I do love playing as Hordes, they're just so much fun. If I were doing some Horde gameplay, then maybe I'd care about being that efficient with my points. But as it stands, nah, it does not matter. Alright, their fleet should be gone in a moment. Their forts are not holding up to us even slightly. And we've got our guy maxed up. There's really no reason for us to ever elect someone different. We're just going to keep re-electing the same one until he dies. "666 rulers permanently." That's what you play republics for. Protect trade over in the Dragon Coast. And we'll let them in. Almost always best to accept everyone in Ambernar. Cool, we'll siege these guys down first just because they're smaller. And we can deal with these guys. How much AE am I looking at here? To annex you. 70 AE. But almost none with anyone already mad at us. Most of the AE is going to be with the people up here that we're about to conquer anyway. They're sieging down this, but very, very slowly. Look at how long those ticks are taking. Siege ability and defensiveness are honestly so powerful in this game, and I rarely ever really take advantage of them. Most of the time I focus on, you know, the strength of the army, but if you really go for it, like if you're not expanding massively, so you constantly have to rebuild new defensive lines and spread out your forts and stuff like that, if you're staying in one area a little bit more, then stacking up defensiveness, getting some good mountain forts, it's very, very effective. I'll see a really impressive run every now and then from someone like Very, where he's doing some small, tiny, weak nation and then going wild with it, and it's pretty much always the forts, the mountain forts, that make that kind of thing possible. You stack up every defensive modifier you can get, you use the defensiveness edict and stuff like that, and then you just bleed them dry on the mountains. I think that's also the strategy they use in a lot of multiplayer, right? Because multiplayer EU4 is all about stacking like dev and stuff and getting ludicrously large armies, which you then either deal with your own colossal army, or you deal with using the defensiveness. Keep taking up. We'll definitely be getting printing press before we take the next tech. If for no other reason than when we have all this extra, pardon me, when we have all that extra mana to go around, we're just gonna dump it into deving. I've split my stacks up here. Normally I would keep them together, but I split them up because our enemies are not strong enough to contest even my half stacks, and we have no manpower, so we really want to do something about that attrition. This might be worth now for the fact that we're about to conquer a bunch up here. Let's toss that down and it will affect all of that as well. Really annoying that they've come here and they've got actual ships there. Means I'm gonna need to bring my fleet back from wherever they've ended up. There they are. Please come over here. Let's try not to lose track of all of the pop-ups and where all my armies are. Will you be willing to peace out now before you start sieging stuff back? No, I've got to go deal with them. Hopefully we can box them in. Get rid of these last few ships. You guys still have 16 ships sitting around somewhere. You've got 4, so that's your entire navy. I think the only other time I've played up in this area in the north here was as the dwarves in the one dwarven hold that's all about astrology and astronomy over here, and of course the main dwarven hold that's the capital. What pop-up am I over here for? Oh, the explorers are done. Oh, the explorer died. Get a new one. Alright, let's try for another circumnavigation. Either they succeed or I'm about to get pop-ups about ships lost. You're not willing. Actually, you're not even full occupied, are you? You've got that little island. Let's get our guys over here and deal with it. Of course they're not going to unconditionally surrender if I don't actually full occupy them. I also mentioned last stream doing a stream yesterday, some world building and stuff, but unfortunately stuff got in the way of that. It is still on the to-do list, you know, in my plans. Because I do love world building. I was thinking instead of what I was looking at before, where I do a lot of stuff for a single world building project, I might just do a few smaller things. Because as much as I love world building, a lot of the world building I do is making a kind of premise for a world and then leaving it, basically. Like, make a premise, do a little bit of world building for like the setup for that premise, and then leave it at that, and make a new premise, and eventually with enough of these made, I've got so many materials that I can take the best bits of each world and bring them together into one I actually want to work on long term. 2 of my explorers, not explorers, colonists. Why can't I move the fort somewhere? 2 of my colonists are just sitting here. Why? You should be colonizing. Okay, one guy got pushed off of here by them migrating. That's irritating. But this has opened up. Where was the other guy? I must have accidentally clicked straight past a colony is done pop-up. Why are you making no money? 8 army maintenance learning meters. You are colonizing. You're colonizing in 2 spots? Where? Where is your colonies? These 2. Okay. Well done in that case. Continue. I still have a colony down here. And there is a colonist on it. The one over here finished, I guess? The one here is still going. I've just sent a guy here. Okay, the last one can go in the north. Don't have reach over here yet. This has been all closed off, so good thing I got in here when I did, otherwise I wouldn't have had the chance. How about here? And then that gives me access to all of these guys to attack. It's really the core of expanding quickly, whether it's in a mod or in base game, is open up new avenues to attack. Can you get borders with anyone? Can you get CBs on anyone? Which is why Conquest gets so much faster and easier later in the game when you get Imperialism and stuff like that. Which is also why a lot of world conquests have such god-awful ugly borders. Where's the transport fleet? Where are you coming from? I swear you were just down here. It should not take this long. Yeah, so many world conquests have absolutely awful borders because you need to snake to important targets and get yourself within range to attack everyone. You conquistador over here, you keep exploring. We now control this, and that colony down there has finished. We'll send that other colonist up here as well. And the transport fleet is just about to arrive up here. And then I need to bring them back down so I can move this stack, because now it's over here doing nothing. Nakavi Arvo, another religion. We need a total of 20 development in provinces with this religious group to start harmonization. Is that a religion that's everywhere around here? Yeah, all over this island. Okay. We can go to war with these guys at some point. This is also part of the reason why world conquests are so difficult. Not necessarily because of the actual difficulty of carrying one out, but more the difficulty mentally of sticking with it. Because I'm not doing a world conquest, I'm just kind of playing a fairly successful run, and still I'm having my attention split a dozen which ways. Now I can simply go, that doesn't matter right now, and ignore it. But if you're trying to do a world conquest, then it probably does matter, and you need to pay attention to everything that's happening on the map. And that gets exhausting. Very, very exhausting, very, very quickly. We're in the province. Okay, so yeah, I just clicked off, it was this guy here. Just clicked off and immediately lost track of where that was. The first circumnavigation, we did it. We get 100 prestige, prestige over the top will be converted into monarch points, and we get 40 navy tradition. Excellent. Capture some ships. You still have a few places left to explore. Where? Details we haven't explored yet. I assume over here? Yeah. The tip of this and a bit over there. Okay. Ginseng is doing pretty okay. Qinghai is doing okay. What I really want to know though is how is the command doing? And are they fighting Renula? Your rivals are all in Bulwa. Your truces are all with other people. Doesn't look like they're coming to blows with the command at the moment. I'm really very curious what this almost 2,000... They've grown by like 200 dev. They've grown by 200 dev in the last... What is it now? Half hour? Oh, they're going to be an absolute nightmare to fight. Good god. Protect trade in the Dragon Coast. I should be able to piece you out at this point, yeah. And then this AE can start decaying while I finish off the other guys. There we go, core everything. Ship these troops back over, there's no need to keep them here. And you're on 99% immediately. I'll give myself a second just to push into these unexplored areas, get a bit more vision on what the situation looks like to the east. Because there is... I'm not sure if this is uncolonized land or if there's anyone over here. I think this is still uncolonized. But let's find out for sure. What provinces are we going to take? We want... Religion-wise it doesn't matter. Trade-wise... I guess I want to focus on this. So let's... take... the coast first. Ooh, expensive. Maybe not all the way down here, and we grab there. I want this. Kind of need all of these to get across there. What's the modifier in this province? Neither Merchant Republic's trading settings or trade companies. Okay. Let me ditch this and back. I can't make a path from the coast to that province. If I don't take these, don't take that, and instead go through the middle of the country. There we go. A bit better. We get that. We get this. We get that. We get that. That only leaves their capital as the last valuable trade province around here. Like this. Messy borders, but valuable provinces. Okay, looks like this is uncolonized off to the edge here. Not our concern then. The AE is fine. It is a little bit expensive and that's a pretty high overextension. We're not getting call for peace yet. We're only getting more extortion from an attrition. So let's bring the guys back to where they don't suffer attrition. Quite far back in this case. And then we'll simply sit on these occupations for a little while. We will give a little time for these wars to get closer to done. Yeah. And for the AE to take down, and for me to get enough admin power to actually pour all of this, because we need 530. And my vassal's coming in to finish sieging down the rest. Okay, you come on back over here. Really need to take these provinces off of Garwet so that we've got a continuous land route to all of our territories. Duran Trade Company inherited the throne of Duran. Huh? The Duran Trade inherited the throne of Duran. You just get eaten by your colony. Is that even a thing that can happen? Or is this part of a mission tree where Duran turns into a trade company? I'm not sure. Duran... November 12th was annexed by Duran. November 12th was annexed by Duran Trade Company. Became both Duran Trade. That's in 1444. Was occupied by Duran. Duranic noble raven stopped being core of Duran. I have no clue what's happening over here. I guess at the end of the day it doesn't actually make any difference to us. Your capital is in the New World. You're allied with Necklace Van Elsen. Duran Trade Company varying cell. Might need to mark that one down for countries to have a look at the mission tree of, because that's rather peculiar and interesting. These all have... there we go, that one has enough supply limit for our troops. Okay, we're at 261, so a bit over halfway to what I need for this. Money to increase stability, gov reform. This money, give me some gov reform. We're at full stability. And yeah, 50 admin would have been nice for the coring, but 50 admin is easier to wait for than reform progress is. Okay, we're still not fully done exploring everything, and you've risen up over here. Free cave of a colony this size, that might destroy the colony. Speaking of destroying colonies, it looks like one of my colonists got interrupted again. Who's going over here? Inifeoyu. No, this is their land. Where are you from? Busala. Oh, can you sod off? Hell's Edge. The moment I show up somewhere, so does everybody else. Go away. My colonies. More integration. Always go for more integration. And since I'm not going to be converting this down here, I want to harmonize their religion, I can actually just add you to a trade company. Colony is complete. You march on over there. Ah, and you've had rebels on a province that I want from you as well. Once this takes up back to 20, we're just gonna take that fight and hopefully come out on top. Oh, the colony survives by a hair's breadth. 32 settlers remain. Not, there's a few places here I can expand this to. I think trying to compete for the coast over there is just not worth it. You want to settle in Rimargos. Or I can take 100 over here. We can certainly afford to pay for a colony without a colonist present. I'll rather take the 200 than the 100. Okay, oh look at that, the subjects are taking care of it. We don't even need to intervene. In which case, let's bring the rest of our guys back home and send them to drilling. We're still not getting called to peace, and we're not gaining in war extortion. In fact, I'm gonna, as I say it, there it is, from attrition because they're getting transported. I'll go away as soon as they land. There we go, you get back to drilling as well. Okay. Surprised that they haven't unconditionally surrendered yet. Actually, I'm not surprised because they've got New World holdings, don't they? Yeah. They've got a few provinces over here. I could nab these and get a colonial nation out of it, instead of going for the trade. This cuts them off pretty, but doesn't seal them entirely. This or that. I don't suppose any of... Oh, I could take some of these if I don't take the money. These New World provinces are so incredibly cheap. Anyway, I can do this better. Which of these is more expensive? 4 and 5, okay, so that's as good as it's gonna get. These 5 and 7, again, this is better. This one I want. And then Yeah, this one I want. This one has got that modifier, but that's minuscule. I want this for the... Actually, if I'm not taking this, then I don't need either of these. So ditch that, ditch that. And then take all of this. There we go. Still 543 admin points to do that, so I'm still gonna just sit here until they unconditionally surrender, and then I start taking all for peace. Until then, no reason to peace out early. Build that. Build 1, 2, 3 of these. Where's getting sieged here? You guys can fix that. But now, wake up. There's a province for you to attack. Oh, my game's just crashed. Oh dear. I haven't had an actual crash in the stable release of Ambernar in quite a long time. It is, as the name suggests, actually surprisingly stable even for a mod. Could have also been a base EU4 crash. The game does get a bit finicky when you click too many events with too many menus at the same time. Oh well. Let me take a drink real quick. We've just hit an hour into the stream as well, so for new viewers, take a moment to stretch, maybe stand up and walk around a little. Not good to sit completely still for too long. Let's see if this crashes if I hit the hotkey to bring the window into focus. It doesn't seem to be crashing, it also doesn't seem to be bringing the window into focus, so success but failure. I think I will play this Gnomish Hierarchy run up until the end of the mission tree. I don't think I'm going to play all the way until 1821. That's a little too much. But yeah, until the end of the mission tree, which means just taking a bit more of the New World and conquering a good chunk of Western Canard. Normally the game is a little faster to load after it's been opened once, but it's taking its time today. I want to click on the screen to focus on that window so I can bring it into focus on Streamlabs, but I really don't want to make it crash and then have to wait for the loading again. Yeah, gnome run until mission tree. Show off a bunch of the artificer stuff along the way. We are making good money now, so we're about at the point where we can shift focus over into artificers. Let me try again with the window focus. No, it doesn't want to do it. And EU4, for me at least, always crashes if I click on it while it's on the loading screen, unfortunately. And then after the gnome run, hard to say what goes next, because I do want to play more EU4. It's absolutely one of my favourite games. But do I launch straight into another Ambernar run? It is possible to get burnt out. I think a couple of the other total conversion mods have had updates fairly recently. I think, what's it called? Post-Phenom has had an update. Antebellum is working on some mission trees in Europe, I think. I'd love to do some runs as hordes in various mods, but all of the total conversion mods that I've tried out have gone out of their way to seriously nerf how strong the hordes are. Like, not mechanically, you know, the horde is still a horde, you can go wild conquering and raising, but they've changed the mission tree so you no longer get the sweeping claims that you used to, or that you do in vanilla, and I feel like that really just makes it less fun. If I'm playing a horde, I want to go on a semi-world conquest, and I think getting claims on entire regions is a big part of that. It makes it very fun. But, you know, conversion mods made by people who've played the game so much that they love it enough to mod for it, they generally want a harder experience, which means they're very against generous attributions of permanent claims. Unfortunate. I suppose I could just make my own mod, or make a sub-mod for one of the existing ones to change the mission trees. But then if I wanted to play my own games, I'd make my own games. Instead I'm here playing other people's. Could of course also do a vanilla run as a horde. Maybe a challenge run, try to go for the what is the achievement? Is it the Khan achievement? To reform the Mongol Empire before like 15 something. There's also now a new achievement for being the only remaining steep horde, that's easy to do if you play the full game. You know, you're absolutely gonna conquer that much territory over the course of a full game. But it would also probably get boring doing only that. Whereas a speedrun, probably start as Oirat, right? To get all that early easy land off of China, and then conquer westwards. Probably either Oirat or maybe the Great Horde. Because Oirat gives you early access to China, which is good because you need it's good income source, and you need a couple key provinces there to form the Mongol Empire. Or Great Horde into Golden Horde because it means you can conquer Crimea early and some of Lithuania, and avoid having that land eaten up either by the PLC or by the Ottomans, which you'd then have to fight later on. Now of course by the time that you've conquered your way from China all the way across the steppes as Yuan, you're probably strong enough to fight the Ottomans, but at any stage in the game except when they're collapsing, the Ottomans are such a pain to go up against. Such a pain. They're just so strong and they pull manpower out of thin air. Similar to the command in Ambana really. I think the command gets a pretty strong bonus to their yearly army professionalism, which means they can just turn on Slacken standards and keep it on indefinitely, and they get all the manpower they could ever want without paying any of the actual cost. I'm still not honestly a fan of the change to Slacken standards, where they changed it from a one-time payment for a lump sum of manpower to a one-time payment and then an upkeep cost for an increase in manpower production. Ever since they've made that change, I think I've basically not used Slacken at all. Whereas it used to be a button that you'd use all of the time because it's so valuable and so useful. Alright, we're back in game. Or rather, before the game is loaded, let's click back on the autosave and see where it drops us. Hopefully not too far back, but they are yearly and not that much stuff happens in any one year. Not unless you're making it happen. Okay, let me have a drink. The weather is supposed to get cooler next week, and I hope, well, I couldn't say I hope it does, because I do enjoy the warm weather, but I wouldn't mind it being a little bit cooler. Missing localization. Something is happening here. Something with room. Okay. We all good again? Colonist is back. Okay, that's just happened. Not too far back. I'm gonna move you here preemptively because I know that our province might be rising up soon. Okay, what have I not done yet? Assigned that colonist, I guess. You're still down here. My transport fleet is unoccupied at the moment. You have a 5-stack up here. I probably want to have one up here, so let's take you from here and bring you here. Good. Besides that, sure what else has happened or hasn't happened in the time. Oh, right, a colonist. Okay, important trade points. This one. I mean, let's try send him here again, and hopefully these guys don't migrate into that province. This Pearl's Edge. I don't really want them down here. Actually, didn't Pearl's Edge become Emperor a minute ago as well? Yeah. Let's get set up on local unrest, local settlement. Sure. Yeah, Pearl's Edge, and they're looking to be re-elected, which does mean that one of my allies is suddenly significantly less valuable. That being said, 53k dudes is still a fairly sizable chunk. I mean, we're only fielding 80k. This year. Leader. Did we get the circumnavigation? Yeah, we did. Oh, Eberfeld looking pretty strong. Lesnar looking pretty strong. Eterata very much not. Zero stewardship of sorry. I gotta check on the Discord whether they ever sorted out the thing with the Phoenix Empire, because you can seize the stewardship of a sorrow as the Phoenix Empire, but you can't get the reforms, I think, because they cost meritocracy to enact, but seizing the stewardship doesn't change your government reform as the Phoenix Empire, of course, because there's special mechanics tied to it, which means you don't get meritocracy, so you can never take the reforms. So a big chunk of that gets cut off for you. Okay, need to do this whole thing again. I need that, and this. We go through here. And then we take the cheapest land. Am I missing somewhere, or have things gotten cheaper? Oh, I'm missing here, I think. Anywhere else? We've got that. We've got that. The provinces are simply mysteriously cheaper. What changed, huh? What is different now from how it was before? I'm still taking the centers of trade. I'm not taking their capital, and I wasn't before either. Why are the provinces suddenly cheaper? I'm gonna grab this peace deal before anything has a chance to change. I don't even know what's happening, but I'm just going to take advantage of it fully. Okay, and I want to core all the stuff that's here in the old world. This. We don't have quite enough. The transport fleet is still okay, and it's crashed again. That's very bad. One crash, that's just because you hit, I don't know, some unfortunate combination of menus. 2 crashes on the same game, that means that there's an actual issue. That's going to take a little longer to resolve. Okay. In that case, changing plan, I guess. Hour and a quarter in, that's kind of short for a stream. I've been trying to do longer streams recently. But if a game's gonna crash, I might just need to call it. Because it's gonna take like half an hour for me to go through and figure out what exactly the issue is and whether I can fix it or not. Hopefully I can, you know, go in, figure out exactly what it is, save the game, maybe sort out a mod file or 2. In the meantime, I might need to call the stream here. Hang on a second. Okay, unfortunately no easy fix presenting itself. I'm going to have to do a little bit of error hunting to figure out why exactly that crash is happening and whether it's something that I can prevent. In the meantime, I'm going to call the stream early here. I hope you did enjoy what we did manage to get through in this time. Not going to raid anyone today, but Flurry Worry is currently live, so if you want more EU4 content, go check him out. I think he's taking part in a multiplayer event with the Parabellum devs. So enjoy that. I might watch it myself. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.